Welcome back to Hidden Equity. And today we are going to be talking about value that lies underneath that not self aware version of you. And I really want to bring these three things to light because it's so easy to slip into this mode where you're just comfortable, you're not thinking about what it is that you're saying or even how you're acting. And these three things that I have been working on are actually super simple but very hard to start incorporating. So the three things are number one, no complaining. Number two, no talking shit. And number three, being in a good mood for no reason, because you can certainly be in a bad mood for no reason. So to me, complaining is unnecessary. And I thankfully have the most incredible boyfriend who, no matter what kind of day he's having, he could literally be having the worst day of his life. And if I need him, he can put all of his stuff behind him, show up with a smile, figure out how to put a smile on my face, and not even talk about what it is that he is going through. And that is extremely admirable. The guy does not complain. And when he does complain, it's very, very, very minimal. And on top of it, I know he's in a lot of pain because he decided to complain. Now, I can't tell if I'm a big complainer because he never complains, but the fact that there is no room for complaining in his life, it's made me extremely aware of how much I complain, which again, I don't really know if it's just in comparison or if I actually complain a lot, but it's made me aware of how I want to be because when I think about him and I know that I'm never going to get that person who's venting, who's complaining, who's in a bad mood. He's just consistent and he shows up consistently in a positive, great mood. That's a hard thing to do because I am trying. He's inspired me. I am trying. And I got to say, like, it is very hard to control that. So, what I've been doing is starting with 1 hour of no complaining. And it's made me extremely self-aware. And I know I keep using that term, but there's no other word for it. I am so present when I am speaking these days because I want to make sure that I am not venting and complaining and dumping my shit on somebody. Because number one, that person probably doesn't care. And number two, they're probably eating it up and loving that you're having a bad day, that you're in a bad situation. They love it. It's drama. They want to hear about it. So they're going to encourage you to continue complaining and venting, but it's not really healthy, right? Like I want you to put on your own little thinking cap if you will and say, what benefit is this doing? Excuse me. What benefit does this have? What why am I even saying these things? What am I hoping to get out of it by talking to somebody about this thing? And those are the questions I've been asking myself when I feel like, oh, I just need to like let it out. So I've started turning to voice memos. And with a voice memo, I can vent, I can rip one out and just get it all out, right? I word vomit all over the voice memo. No one had to hear it. It's out of my system and I have it for records just to kind of know that I can go back and listen to it and see where I was. It's kind of turned into a little bit of like this verbal journal that I have. And it actually feels like a healthy way to deal with complaining because once I get it out of my system, I don't have any need to go talk to anybody about it because it's out. So if you're looking for a pity party, if you're looking for someone to feel sorry for you, then we're not going to complain about that. We are going to become problem solvers and thinkers and how can I do this? And if I don't like where I'm at, let's use some reflection. What can I do to not be in this situation again? Like it really takes a lot of self-awareness in order to be understanding, in order to understand how to not put yourself here again. So number two is no talking shit. We all know that talking smack about people is just a small-minded, low frequency habit. And I did kick this one for a very long time. I was very good at not talking about other people, and I was very proud of that. And people would actually say, I never really hear you talk about people. And I was very proud of it. I think over the years, I've slowly started to do it again. And part of it's like I viewed it as a catch up, like, oh, how is this person doing? But once you start dipping into negative information about that person instead of just how they're doing, that's where the shit talking comes in. And I still stand high on this hill. I don't agree with it. I don't think that it's nice. And quite frankly, it makes me wonder, if you're willing to do this with me, that means you're willing to do it to me behind my back. That I don't like. And I'll tell you the reasons. It's two reasons. Number one, I feel like am shutting down. I don't value our friendship. I don't feel safe anymore telling you anything, because I know that you're willing to go spill my secrets to somebody else who's only going to hear your version, your interpretation, instead of hearing it directly from me. So that's number one. I shut down when I see that. Number two, again, coming back to, what is the point of talking about somebody? It doesn't bring any value. It doesn't make anybody feel good. And quite frankly, there's so many bigger, better topics that I would rather discuss than talk about the menial details of somebody's average life who I don't care about. So, getting off of the small minded, low frequency habit of talking poorly about people, maybe reframe them. If you want to talk about people, start singing their praises. What is it that you like about them? Tell them to their face, give them a compliment. Like, let's change that. And as soon as you start realizing that the people you're hanging out with are talking negatively about everybody, maybe it's time to change your friend group. Number three, I totally stole this from Alex Hormozy. I heard a clip in this motivational channel that I listened to, and he was talking about why not be in a good mood for no reason if you can be in a bad mood for no reason. And I thought about how many days a year you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I understand if you didn't get a good night of sleep. I understand if you have heavy issues that are just weighing on you, and they force you to wake up with this darkness, this heaviness, this, you have no enthusiasm for life. I get it. I have been there. But if mindset is everything, and if you are in charge of every single moment of your day, of your life, then why not make it a positive one? Again, very easy, much easier said than done. Not very easy, much easier said than done. And so I started doing this thing, which I am actually not very consistent with it, but I do notice a correlation, which is I wake up, I swing both legs off the bed, I plant both feet on the floor, and then I say to myself, today's going to be a great day. Sometimes I just say the words. It is the most flatlined statement on the planet. And other times I say it with gumption. I'll get out of bed. I'll do a little dance. I'll try to put some excitement into it to see if I can start my day with this enthusiasm and this zealous, overzealous demeanor, to see if it will change the frequency of my day. And I swear to you, it works. I don't remember where I came up with this or if it was a tidbit from someone else, but my goodness, it works. And I want to pass that on to you, because if you're still here listening to number three, today is going to be a great day, good day. I'm excited for the day. Whatever it is that you want to say, make it your own. Say it when you get out of bed, tape it to the wall so it's the first thing you see, and watch the difference. That is the first thought you have of the 80,000 thoughts we have every day. So why not make it a good one? So these are the three things I'm working on now. Again, very simple and very effective, but extremely hard to implement. And I wanted to share them because, again, I am all about uncovering the value that we still have left in us, as along with, wow, I'm stuttering a lot today, along with making sure that I can be the best version of myself. So this is the value that I want to uncover so we can find your hidden equity in being a better person and showing up fully.